Can you believe we are over halfway through 2025 already? I feel like June has just flown by. I also finished a crap ton of games this month, so let's go over all the games I played in June. Firstly, we played this gem of a game, Lollipop Chainsaw. This was a little bit of a wild card. I've owned this game for ages and I always wanted to play it, but I didn't feel like it was horror enough to play on stream, and I made a poll and the answer was overwhelmingly that you guys wanted to see me play it, so we did. And I'm definitely glad I did. This is such a goofy, weird, fun game. I honestly haven't had this much fun in such a long time. It's just mindless hack and slash gameplay with really, really funny, weird dialogue and so many interesting characters and bosses. I highly recommend a play of it. This is an 8 out of 10 game for me, and I will definitely be purchasing the Repop edition at some point in the future. Next, we've been on a bit of a Resident Evil kick since the announcement of RE9 to try and finish the rest of the games in the series, so we played Resident Evil Gaiden. This is a Game Boy spin-off of the Resident Evil series. It's one of the only non-canon games in the actual series as well, which is kind of interesting. It looks and sounds exactly how you'd expect for a Game Boy Color game. Pretty shit, but the novelty of just having Resident Evil on the Game Boy is so fascinating to me. This honestly is such a gem for fans of the series to play if you have not. The game itself is pretty bad though. This is a 4 out of 10. It is, of course, really clunky, the story's a little all over the place, and it's just really difficult. It is very, very possible to softlock yourself in this game. I played a bit off stream and I softlocked at the first boss, and then when we played it on stream, we softlocked at the final boss and actually just had to watch the ending on YouTube. Next on the list of spin-offs, and the final one, is Resident Evil Deadly Silence. This is just a port of Resident Evil 1 on the DS, but it does have some cool quality of life improvements, like including the quick turn, a knife, like hot button, and because of the dual screens, your map is always visible with real-time location tracking, which makes navigation super easy. Because it is just a port though, I'm going to rank it the same as I did the original Resident Evil 1, which is a 6 out of 10. However, I do think this is a really fun way to play the game. It does also have an alternate mode which uses the DS touch controls, but obviously since we were emulating, I was not able to play that version, but I do want to play it at some point in my own time because I own this physically. Next, we played the latest Kirby game in the series, which is Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and I can't believe I waited so long to play this. If you watch me play this on stream, or you go back and watch the VODs, each stream is just 3 hours straight of me screeching. Just absolute screams of joy, tears of sadness. This, I believe, is our first 10 out of 10 this year. This well surpassed Kirby 64 as now my favorite Kirby game. It's so cute, it's so beautiful, I loved it, it was so much fun. I cannot speak highly enough of this game. I love that you can evolve your powers, you get to build up the little Waddle Dee town, you get to eat so many things. The bosses are also super interesting. Big shout out to Silly Dillo, love him. And the final 2 bosses are actually some crazy shit, like Dark Souls level. And then we swiftly move from a 10 out of 10 to a 4 out of 10 with Aliens Colonial Marines. Another game that I'd owned for years and just never played, and I'd heard a lot that people think this game is absolute garbage and that it's really, really glitchy and just bad, and I was like, surely it can't be that bad. I want to see for myself. It's bad. Don't play it. It has some really promising moments that really showed potential, some genuinely scary sections. Being swarmed by xenomorphs in a closed-off room is terrifying. Sneaking through a nest is terrifying. But it's just a bad game. I was not aware that the console versions specifically were really bad for screen tearing, so I played the entire game in what felt like looking through those old party glasses with the slits. It was horrible. The textures were absolutely awful. Everything looked about 180p, and it's just so glitchy. It's so glitchy. Every time I died, my character's ragdoll physics would just freak out and I'd be bouncing everywhere. Xenomorphs crawling on the roof would be like half a meter off touching the actual surface. I had a few xenomorphs spawn inside the floors, so that was fun. And your partner AI is just really terrible. Sometimes they're a pretty good help, and then other times they'll hang like 3 rooms back and just watch you get your ass kicked. Truly, truly do not recommend. That is all from me. Overall, it was a very interesting month and a little bit of a wild card month, honestly, but I really enjoyed it, so be sure to stick around to see what we play in July.